order to understand how much should I be pulling back on my bids as I exit holiday, it really comes down to that conversion rate drop. AOV doesn't change significantly. And those are the two biggest drivers, or the two drivers for your value per click. And so you want to mirror your bid to the value of the click. And as that conversion rate decreases, so does your bid, or you're going to be overpaying based on your efficiency target. The biggest thing is you have to know your own products, especially your best sellers, and you have to know when, and keep an eye on when will that be delivered. Is it still possible in a lot of the major areas to have that delivered by Christmas? Because as soon as you cross that point where it's not, you're again going to see conversion rate decline. You're going to see sales therefore decline, and you're going to see efficiency decline. And so if you're not prepared to manually intervene, and this is whether you're using a tool or not, tools are very intelligent and they are picking up very quickly on trends, but they're still using a historical look back window. And that historical look back window right now contains a lot of really incredible conversion rate performance, sales performance from the holiday. And so we have to go in and say, we're not expecting that anymore. Let's hit the brakes just a little bit. And if you're manually bidding, come talk to us. But right now, if you're manually bidding, you should be going in and adjusting those bids directly in Amazon to, decrease them, because the value of the click is decreasing as conversion rate is decreasing. Another really critical piece is your sponsored display and your DSP. If you have some retargeting built in there, which I hope that you do, especially from the beginning of the holiday season, you now have a bunch of members of that audience that were shopping for other people. More than likely, again, know your products and whether or not, you're a giftable item. And if you are, make sure that you are significantly pulling back on your bids and budgets, potentially pausing those campaigns.
If you're a giftable item.
If you're a giftable item, that's right. And that's because, if you're still targeting those people and they're no longer shopping for your product, especially with DSP, where it's a CPM or a cost per thousand impression model, you're going to be paying for impressions for people who are shopping for their grandma, their aunt and uncle, their cousin who has very different tastes from them. And they're going to be served that ad and say, oh, those guys are tracking me down. I don't need that product anymore. And not only are you paying for something that is not going to convert, you're also not creating an incredible experience for your brand, which should also.
Like you were talking about before, finding that balance of intrusiveness and effective ad targeting is likely difficult to do, especially with big shifts like this. This is a general question, perhaps it's so dependent on the person's market product, but is there a general recommendation for pullback in terms of like percentage, pullback X percentage? I know that's relative, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah, so for retargeting, that's a little bit harder, because that really depends on the percent of the current audience that was holiday shopping, right? And so 50% of your audience is holiday shopping, roughly, and this is not a perfect science, would pull back roughly 50%. The nice thing is, depending on how long your look back windows are, you can pause for just a short period of time and then relaunch. If you have a 3 or 5 or 7 day look back window, in 3, 5, 7 days past the 23rd, you can relaunch those and have a whole new set of members of the audience that are relevant to you. So I'm not saying turn this off and walk away from it. I'm saying give it a quick break, let it rest for holiday, and resume right after that. Now, if you're talking about the search side of how much do I need to pull back, what you really need to do, and hopefully you have this information, you could even pull it directly from your own website if you don't have this data on Amazon, is take a look at the drop in conversion rate. How much did conversion rate drop last year from, the 18th or 20th until the end of the year? You don't want to overlook this critical time period as well, and making adjustments that can continue to deliver an incredible holiday season. Hopefully you've seen a lot of sales and great efficiency. Make sure you're maintaining that efficiency as we exit, and get ready for the new year.
I love it. Well, Laura, thank you so much again for sharing your wisdom. We had a great session last week. Looking forward to more of these. and looking forward to Ad Max as well. For anyone watching, if you got any value whatsoever from this, click on the link to sign up for Ad Max, because it's going to be this times 20, times 100. I don't know. I can't put a number on it. It's going to be too good. Laura, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Cam.